Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Wraps and Six channel. And today, guys, I've got a brand new sponsor, DraftKings. Gamble. I love gambling. And actually, whoa, I'm getting a call. I got another new sponsor, Prize Picks. Let's do our picks. And I'd like to also introduce another sponsor today, FanDuel. And another one, Polymarket, and a brand new one, Bet365. If you love gambling, I love gambling. Just keep gambling. And I got one last sponsor to announce for the channel. It's good old Kalshi. Shout out Kalshi. Shout out my guy Giannis who just signed to it. If you love gambling, like and subscribe to this channel, as I'm going to keep pumping up these gambling sponsorships until I die. That kind of sounds like how the league is right now, right? Isn't that crazy? How everything is just got gambling involved with it. You know, I like to gamble from time to time. And hey, I'm a small channel. You know, my morals are very high. I would never do a gambling sponsorship. But if you offer me like 10,000 or a good amount of money, I mean, my morals could be swayed, if you know what I'm saying. But that's not the thing we want to talk about today. We want to talk about how Giannis Antetokounmpo is now a shareholder of kind of prediction market Kalshi, which is a form of gambling. Should it be allowed? Should Giannis be banned for this? Let's get into why. Giannis being a shareholder allows for a lot of kind of potentially bad things to happen. So let's go over the story real quick. So we expected Giannis to be traded at this most recent trade deadline. You know, Shams was reporting it. He was like, yeah, Giannis has officially requested a trade from the Bucks. The Miami Heat and the Minnesota Timberwolves were the top teams, at least ahead of the deadline or during the deadline, that were expected to land Giannis. And you want to know what Giannis did? Something a little crazy is right after, there was a lot of money, people betting on Giannis to be traded through Kalshi. I think it was like 24 million, 34 million, something like that. And right after the trade deadline ends, Giannis is like, oh yeah, I'm actually staying with the Bucks. And yeah, I got a new partner. I'm actually a shareholder of Kalshi, a prediction market gambling platform. Gambling. Isn't that crazy? So I can basically tell everyone, guys, I'm going to be traded to the Miami Heat, or I'm going to be traded in the offseason. No, I'm sorry. Guys, let me tell you, I'm not gonna get traded. I'm not gonna request a trade. I want to stay a Buck. So bet on no. Do you know how bad that could sound? There's a conflict of interest there. And if you don't know what Kalshi is a prediction market. So basically it allows you to kind of bet on kind of everything. So there's usually like 2 or 3 options where you can bet yes on something happening or no. I don't know if the league should allow this. The league personally, I think, should not allow this. Giannis, he should be banned. And he will be banned. I mark my words. Now, obviously, is he actually going to get banned? No. But the league has to do something because everything about the league has something gambling in it. Everything. You're watching a game, you're flooded with gambling. You're watching NBA content creators, you're flooded with gambling. Let me name a few. Kenny Beecham, Jimmy High Roller, Swish Out. The list goes on. Everything is surrounded by gambling in the NBA, in basketball. And now we have players partnering with gambling sites. LeBron has done it in the past. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, some of the most prolific players of the last basically 20 years in the league. And we're just allowing this? What is stopping Giannis from not manipulating his own market, his own viability on if he's going to get traded to make money for himself or for, he could tell his friends, he could tell his family. What is he going to say? Oh, I'm Greek. No, that shouldn't be allowed. The league has to make it. There has to be some integrity to this league. Giannis should either have to be forced to divest or forced to sell all of his shares. Like, this can't be allowed. There has to be regulations in place, league regulations that prevent players from doing this. Somebody said on Twitter did Giannis make this up? Did he make up all these trade rumors? Did he lead Shams on? Did he lead all these teams on? It could be a yes and a no, because I still think Giannis will ultimately get traded. I just think it's time for the Bucks to move on, and I think it's best for his career if he wants to compete for more championships. The Bucks in their current roster is, even if they upgrade by getting a high draft pick or making another trade for another maybe star player, it's going to be not enough. They don't have the building pieces around Giannis. And to go back to the NBA content creator thing, I already mentioned, I have high morals. Me, I would never do a gambling sponsorship. And if I do, you can come back to this video and say, oh, the gambling guys got him. They sure did. But let's go back to the NBA content creators. Can you blame people for supporting gambling? Can you? Because if you got offered, let's say you got offered $1 million to promote a DraftKings sponsorship ad or any type of gambling ad, are you seriously saying no to that? Realistically, 99.9% of people are doing that ad. You got to pay your bills somehow. And so you can't be mad at these content creators for doing this. But it's just frustrating how much it is just pushed in the league. And then these people just, the league officials, everything, the announcers, the after talk shows, like everything has gambling in it. It's just a eyesore to me. I'm sick of it. And if you're sick of it too, let me know in the comments. But seriously, I've had enough of it. I really have. And I'm kind of ranting a little bit now. Maybe I'll keep this in, maybe I won't, who knows. What's next is the question. If the league allows this, what's to stop players from, what's to stop other players from partnering with investing in gambling companies? So let's say if LeBron invested in DraftKings right now, would anything happen to LeBron? Let's be serious. If Steph Curry did that, if Kevin Durant did that, hey, if Victor Wembanyama did that, if Luka Doncic, if some of the best players in the league started investing and owning shares of these gambling companies, would they be affected? Probably not, because they're the main driving force of the league. They're the main thing as to why people watch the league. And so I hate it when I see people, content creators, just say like, oh yeah, make sure to gamble responsibly. But here's like 10 more gambling ads just to, shove it in your face that you should gamble. But hey, gamble responsibly. Just that little part in there. Please gamble responsibly. But I'm going to continue to push it on you. And, obviously, you can't really say anything about Giannis because what? You're doing the exact same thing. Except, you're not a part of the actual league. That's a bigger, like I mentioned, a way bigger issue. But still, you're doing the same thing. Just more encouragement of gambling. It's crazy. Now, do I think anything's going to change? No. Would I like it to change? Would I like less gambling being put in my face? Of course. But people got to pay their bills. So if you see me when I get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, or when my channel blows up, if it ever does, and you see me with a gambling sponsorship, that's how you'll know I've made it. That's how you'll know. And you can't blame me. You can type in the comments all you want in any of these videos, but just think about it from the perspective of the creator. You got to get your bills. You got to pay your bills. That's all I got to say. But anyways, I want to thank DraftKings and every single gambling site in the league for and all the casinos in Vegas for sponsoring this video. Keep gambling, guys. Have fun. And yeah, I'm going to push multiple more gambling ads to you. And yeah, as always, take care and peace. I love gambling. I really do. Go watch my previous video on the Giannis trade. My next videos are going to be fire. That's all I got to say.